How about a special welcome to wikihow. Now, it was a long time since the last video, like 8 months since you're watching this now. But I think it's just, I want to basically feel bad for the entire humanity. So, let's do this. Alright, we have this. And what it is, how to act like Sonic the Hedgehog. Already starting strong. How to convince people at your school that you are a vampire. How to ask a girl to dance. How to win a tickle war. All of these are interesting, so I'm gonna keep this as a thumbnail. Alright, if you know. So okay. It's gotta be tickle war. That's right. Yes. That's okay. What is this then? How to resist sexual desire by following Islam. How to care from unnecessary lizard, how to stand up for yourself, how to decide if you should become a stripper. What the fuck? How to care for I don't know what it is. I don't wanna. Oh my god, we're getting to the territory, alright? I don't want to know, no. How to create a fictional character from scratch. How to send dirty texts. How to date a stripper. How to identify the psychopath. How to date a stripper, definitely. What is this? I don't know. How to win at arm wrestling. How to know if you have DDD or discovery personality disorder. How to choose a pathway. How to be brave. No, it's gotta be this. How to be brave. Ridiculous. wikihow, you are very much. Oh my god, what is this? What is this? What the fuck is this? How to win a race. How to calm down quickly. How to put on party hose. How to be world citizen. Yeah. I guess that. What is that? How to be edgy. How to be a hipster girl. How to kill Daffodil from Rippin. How to be pain. Yeah, I don't know what that is. What is this title for? What is this? How to write this on normal. How to fix a bad breath on the spot. How to make yourself famous on YouTube. How to play with a pet. How to mix. Okay, I hope that was done. Alright, what is this? How to be a stripper who knows what she's doing. If it can't be the real one, but it's just how to control your urge to masturbate. Oh my god. Humanity. How to calm down quickly. How Oh no! Come on! You can't be serious! What? Oh my god! Let's move on and let's think that's never happened. Oh my god, that can't be. How to be a hipster yet emo. How to meet a porn star in your area. How to be an airhead. How to make your girlfriend want to have sex with you. Ah yeah, that's right. How to be an. What is this? 911 scissors. What? How to be a stripper? You fucking. Why is that a choice every fucking time? How to deal with your parents' divorce. Oh, how to plan a Disney vacation. How to learn how to deal with. No, that's just wrong. No. I'm getting a lot of thumbnails. I could just pick one right now. My god, I can end this and I have what I need. I have what I need, seriously. That's why it's hilarious. What's this? I don't know. How to resist sexual desires by the fuck you. How to resist it. Fuck you. How to, okay. How to laugh naturally on cue. I don't know what it is. Okay, this can't be go. How to get a lesbian girlfriend. How to accept your boyfriend interested in pornography. How to get over an anime addiction. How to stop thinking like accepting help of thing of weakness. You know what? I'm not surprised anymore. No, I'm not. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised anymore. I'm not surprised. What the fuck? Alright, what is this? How to play saxophone, how to use nightmares, how to start the best friends club, how to stand up for yourself. Yeah, that's a good one, I guess. What is this? How to understand heterosexual people. Okay. How to touch your girlfriend. How to tell if a church is a cult. How to become an alpha male. I don't like any of these choices. How to be nice to your girlfriend. How to make your girlfriend happy. Why don't that exist? Why can't you be normal? Why does this have to be? Alright. I think this is, yeah. How to touch a girl, okay. I guess it could have gone, oh my god, no. Oh no. Oh no, how to dance, you know. How to grind for guys. How to spot a catfish. How to put your arm around a girl. Definitely did this. Ah, fuck. Alright, I don't know what I'm assuming. How to be... I don't know how to turn on a girl on. Okay. How to get your damage from me. How to be edgy. Somehow I knew it was gonna be that one. I'm not surprised anymore. You're gonna... What is it? She likes crime, mystery thrillers. Okay. How to create benefits context series. How to resist sexual desires by a fallen. Fuck that choice. That fucking choice. No, stop with that. Stop. I can get in trouble just that choice being an option. How to flirt with a hot girl. How to resist out of hair. Alright, good. Okay. Thank you. What is this? How to cosplay Barbie. How to be stealthy like a ninja. How to raise a child. How to have a successful open source project. How to raise a child. Okay. Alright. How to be sexually empowered. How to get over your crush on your best friend. How to plan a Disney vacation. How to put your arm around a girl. Get over. Yeah, I guess. Okay, that's I guess. How to eat vegetables. How to make yourself pee. How to successfully teenagers. How to be interesting. How to be strong. Yeah, okay, I guess. Normal ones. The normal ones is the good ones. I don't know. How to be less. How to say some common phrases in experience. How to tell when your girl is interested in you. How to survive in a hotel. Okay, I don't care. How to survive in a hotel. Oh no! Oh no! Why can't I use all the thumbnails? It's just laying there, right there. I mean, come on. But I think I go with the not urge to masturbate. It's just the dumb. It's just one of the dumbest. How to I don't care. Or let's do one more. Let's do wait. How to refuse a kiss. How to plan a Disney vacation. How to humiliately kill a fish. How to act like a villain. How to humiliately kill a fish. Oh. Well, I'm gonna end this video here, mostly because we're getting. I don't want to do this anymore. Wikihow. I'm losing faith of humanity every day. Alright? Wikihow is not helping. This is not normal questions. I don't know why this is, but it's fucking fucked up. Alright? I don't like it. Fuck that. Fuck that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, share, and boom. Goodbye.